Coming from the small town of Westerville, Pennsylvania, it's very easy to get this blue-collar notion that if you don't have the money, the power, the resources, or the connections, you just can't make your dreams come true. And even though I would say those things make for a great stepping stone and starting block, I don't think it equals success. It's not a 100% recipe. Matter of fact, if you don't have this one key component, none of it matters. Matter of fact, if I was a betting man and I knew somebody that had that key component against somebody who didn't have that key component and had all the resources in the world, I would bet on the man who had the key component. When I was a kid, I used to love board games. I was 6 years old and my buddy says, "Hey, you want us to play a game?" I was like, "Sure." He opens up his cupboard, like 20 games right there open. I'm like, "Whoa, there's a lot of games." And at that point, I started collecting. I want to be like my best friend. So I push him under my bed. I put him in my cupboard. I'm starting to collect. I move away. I never see him for a long time. I'm still collecting. He stops, but I never stop collecting. By the time I'm 25 years old, I mean, I was a geek before geeks were cool. Okay? I had about 1,000 board games saved up. It was crazy. So it's no surprise that I wanted to own my own game store at 25 years old. Problem is, I don't have any formal education whatsoever. I'm a go-getter, but no formal education. I'm living in a garage apartment. I work at a job where I make $8 an hour plus a little commission. It wasn't a bad slaving job or anything. I worked in the computer store. It's fun enough, easygoing enough, but sure didn't help me do anything but live paycheck to paycheck. So, what do? Well, I do what I can. I get an account from a wholesaler for games, and I start ordering with my friends. They get a good discount, and I would make enough money to support my own habit, quite honestly. It'd be enough of a motivation for me to get some games for cheaper. And then it turned into a network thing. They told their friends, their extended family friends, and their extended friends, and boom, boom, boom. It started to work out pretty well for me. Well, then I said, why don't I just try to really make a store out of it? So out of my garage apartment, I got all these games just coming in. I contact distributors. I bought it with my paychecks. I wasn't eating a lot, but I was definitely getting the stock into my little garage apartment. And then my boss let me grab his used display cases that he didn't want anymore. And now this little garage apartment is filled, the living room, if you want to call it a living room, is filled with displays of games. And I find out how to get a credit card machine and all that. And then, so it started to become more popular and more popular. Then this game called Magic the Gathering came out. Now, I don't know if you know what that game is, but let's just put it this way. You probably heard of Pokemon. Now, if you know what Pokemon is, it's that game where it's like hand over fist money when it came out. I caught on to that on the ground floor. I was going crazy busy. My landlady ended up having to kick me out. Not out of my apartment, but the store part of it. And I had to get a real store because it was so busy. So the thing is, though, it's desire that is the key component. It doesn't guarantee success. But if you are successful, those little extra steps you have to take end up steps ahead.